Good afternoon everyone, my name is Lewis. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all safe and well. Now on today's episode we're going to be doing another vinyl unboxing. So depending on which order I actually release these in, we've had a good run recently. There hasn't been the tears and the tantrums of earlier episodes. Pretty much every album that I've purchased recently was within acceptable weights. There was a few little hiccups here and there, but let's hope on today's episode I'm going to remain calm and zen and not get triggered by some of the things that these record labels do. So to begin with, the first album today is going to be an album that I didn't even know existed, or if I did know it existed, I had no hopes of getting it for a reasonable money. But such is life sometimes, where you can get these items. And the first item is, it's the Tamba Trio's self-titled album. There you go, just there. I have another two of their albums. One's called Avansal and I think the other one is called Tempo. I love those albums. So to find out that, you know, another Tamba Trio album was available, and in fact it was the one which preceded the two I've mentioned, I had to get my hands on it. It was a thing which had to be done. Don't get me wrong, there was always kind of like, I wasn't going to spend silly money on it, but if it was available I was going to get it. So this is it, and I will show you the reverse side. Sorry about the glare. If you've never heard of the Tamba Trio, please give them a listen. If you like your golden era Brazilian tracks, these guys are definitely up there. So yeah, check them out at least. For me, this was going to be a no-brainer, so I got it. So there you go. I will show you the vinyl that it came with. So it's on the Audio Clarity label, and this was the inner sleeve it came with. So let's see. Okay, no, it's a decent inner sleeve. It's quite thick, the card. My only thing is that it's super creased, and being a collector like many of you out there, if you do have the opportunity to swap it out for something which isn't creased, you're going to do that. So that's what's going to happen in this case. I will use this inner sleeve for something else, one of my more, you know, maybe one of my second-hand albums that I've had from years ago. I'll put that, use that for this instead. So yeah, can't complain about that. The vinyl itself, let's have a quick look. Nice and flat, got a bit of detritus on it, but yeah, there you go. That's it. Not too interesting label in and of itself. The weight, oh yeah, this is what I wanted. It's 140, something like that. Yeah, it's just dirty more than anything, but everything else is just what I wanted. Pleased as punch with that, really am. I'm trying to, you know, hold back my excitement, but yeah, once that's been given a clean and been put into a new inner sleeve, yeah, life's gonna be so good. So first one down, that's a really good start. Okay, right, the second album today, I heard this on a site randomly, and sometimes, I don't know about any of you, sometimes you just see album covers and it's enough to make you think, oh, I'll give it a listen at least. I'm not going to make no commitment until I hear it. But and when you do hear it, you go, oh, okay, or yeah, I'm having that. And in this case, I went, yeah, I'm having that. So this is by a band called Babatunde and the Phenomena, and the album's entitled Level of Consciousness. Let me show you the album cover. There you go. So I like it. just like, you know, I was going to say that was a, you see, on first impressions, I thought that was a pyramid, and perhaps they should have used the pyramid, but actually it's just a corner wall. Yeah, just like a roughly rendered wall, and they're right at the corner of it. Um, I prefer my particular concept that it's a pyramid, a small pyramid that they're standing in front of. But yeah, I quite like the what I would call a football team photograph, but from across the around the world, you'd say it's a soccer, like soccer image kind of thing of a team, but I'm going to say football. Um, yes, so if memory serves me right, and like I've said on another episode, which may precede or follow this one, sometimes there is a gap between when I hear an album for the first time, deciding to purchase it, waiting for it to arrive, and then showing it to you here on the video. I sometimes forget what the album actually sounds like. So yeah, that's what happens in this case. If memory serves me correctly, this is more on the kind of fusion, funkier side of things. It's not straight jazz, and yeah, it's not a bad thing. And yeah, I'm going to give them a double thumbs up because it's kind of like I've never heard of them before, and I'm sure it's going to be very good. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it. I'm usually quite careful about that sort of thing. Something has to really excite me in order for me to buy it. So here it is in my hands. So I can only assume that it's going to be, super good. Have a listen to it yourselves. See what you think. Hopefully I've given you an apt description there. The reverse side is as follows. So nice little bit of sleeve notes about the album, and yeah, the track titles and so forth. So that's real nice. Yeah, got a lot of time for that. So Babatunde, I like the name as well. The actual vinyl that it came with is as follows. Sorry, I'm going to have to move some of the vinyl I got down there because it's shaking the camera. So yes, it's, as you can see, it was on the Pure Pleasure distributor, retailer. Yeah, so I'm quite used to what they do. Inner sleeve is nice. Pure Pleasure, I've got it all right in terms of, weight of vinyl, packaging, all that kind of thing. So oh, little kink, nothing to get upset about. The label as such is like so. Bit of detritus on it, nothing to again get excited about or like really bent out of shape about. No, it's perfectly fine. A 130, 140 vinyl, probably a 140. Yeah, I'm super happy about that. Yeah, so yeah, please just punch for that. That turned out lovely, that did. So yeah, that's the second album for today. Let's have a look. I'm just looking forward a bit. Yeah, Pure Pleasure again have absolutely taken all my money for records recently. So good for them. They offer me what I want. So I'm not going to look any further than them for the moment. So the third album today is by a gentleman who I've come to believe was the saxophonist for Earth, Wind and Fire towards their... He covers the era where Maurice White was still alive, and there was probably at their height in terms of live performances and albums. It's a gentleman called Gary Bias, and the album's entitled East 101. And yeah, let me show it to you. So that's it there. So with this album, I heard probably 2 tracks of it. Normally, how many tracks are on it? Actually 5. I try to hear the whole thing when I can, because it just avoids disappointment. But the 2 tracks that I did hear, I really enjoyed it. As saxophonists go, certainly under his Earth, Wind and Fire guise, I thought he played within himself, nothing special at all. I thought it was, ordinary fare. But on hearing this album, it seems, and I'm glad to say this, that he's far better than what I initially thought of him. And don't get me wrong, I can't play the saxophone. I flirted with it when I was about 12 or 13. I think 11 and 13, I flirted with the saxophone. So I'm not completely unfamiliar with it, but I never got to any real standard. But that doesn't stop me from criticizing saxophonists. And he certainly, I thought he was boring. He was middle of the road, nothing exciting. And this album, when it was brought to my attention, I thought, oh yeah, you know what? He's actually better than what I thought he was. So good on him. Good for me for giving him another chance. And I know that I'm going to enjoy this. Again, it's on the Pure Pleasure. I'm looking forward to giving this one a real good spin on my turntable. I'm trying to not put it on too high a pedestal to begin with, just in case there's one track that I absolutely despise. So I'm going to try and it's going to get reviewed. So I'll give you a better kind of insight into what I think. Well, certainly my opinion for what it's worth. So there you go. The vinyl itself, because it's Pure Pleasure, we know where we're going with this one. The Pure Pleasure inner sleeve, which is always welcome. And the vinyl itself, again, Pure Pleasure done, they're just doing a lovely job with their weights of their vinyl. Can't complain. 140, this might even be a 150. That's how random things can be. The actual label itself, ooh, see that? God, I lost control of it there. So even I can do that. I'm not even going to edit that out or start again. No, this is just what happens. So there you go. Good thing I didn't drop it. So not the greatest imagination put into the actual label there, but that's to show you it is perfectly flat and it is clean. So I am as pleased as punch about that. So woohoo! That's 3 down and no real complaints so far. Nothing which is like sent me off into a tangent of moaning. So yeah, there's at least one of you out there who made a comment about why you always moaning about the weights of the vinyl. I'm not going to say that person's name is or anything apart from I'm just mentioning what he actually said to me. And I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think I should really, because I don't want to. I don't want to geezer singled out or anything. So it was just an interesting observation by him that why was that important to you, the weight of the vinyl. And he definitely seemed to know that. Well, he was definitely a collector himself. So okay. I'm just gonna. It was just an interesting observation. So yeah, super pumped about that. Can't wait to listen to that. So the next album on my in the queue of showing you is by an artist called Jimmy Giuffre, and it's Jimmy Giuffre 3. 1961 again. Apparently Paul Bley and Steve Swallows is accompanying him on this particular album. Here we go. I like that album cover. Simple yet effective. It's got everything I want in a jazz album cover. Have I heard of this guy before, Jimmy Giuffre? It seems like a name that I have seen around before, but this is the first album I have by him, and I was trawling through a particular retailer's website and came across it. Again, sometimes it's just the cover which leads you to being curious about what it sounds like, and then when you actually listen to it, you go, oh, okay, this is what I like. So on this occasion, yeah, it's I like to give people a chance. As I said, I'm not a completist in terms of I have certain artists where I have everything that they've ever put out. No, I just cherry pick what I like, and that gives space for other artists. So I might not have as many examples of an artist as some other collectors out there, but I might just have more artists in total in my collection. But yeah, that's, it's horses for courses. Everybody's allowed to do what they want to do because it's their collections. They buy what they want. There is no right or wrong. There's just the hobby, and it's your journey. So you do what you want. There is no judgment here, or there really shouldn't be. So what I heard of this, yeah, that's the, moving on from that tangent. What I heard of this album really intrigued me. So obviously it's in my hand, so it was good enough for me to say, yeah, I want that. And here it is in my hand, and I can't wait to give it another listen. I've just kind of forgotten what it actually sounds like because, like I said before, there is a delay between me listening to it, purchasing it, and showing it to you on a video. There is quite a bit of a gap, so I do tend to forget what things sound like, but I've got no doubts that for me to buy it, it must have intrigued me. So I can't wait to give this one a real good listen to and probably review it at some point. So there you go. The vinyl that it came with, let's have a look for it. Oh yeah, because this is on ECM. Yeah, I haven't bought something on the ECM label for ages. That's the inner sleeve, same as the Pure Pleasure. I don't even think that's a Pure Pleasure. It might be, but it doesn't say the sticker on it. Yeah, standard ECM label there, like that. Let's just have a look at. Almost imperceptible little kink in it, nothing to get excited about. Just put a record weight there and that's it, it's nullified. So nothing to complain of. It is clean, it's got everything I want, it's got the right weight. It's not the heaviest one today. I would say it's slightly lighter than the Pure Pleasure and pretty much all the albums that I've shown you today. Maybe it's slightly lighter, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Not a lot in it. So, pleased as punch. Can't get upset about that because there's nothing really at issue here. Yeah, the whole package is really nice. Cover is really nice. It looks like a gatefold. The weight of the vinyl's nice. It's clean, minimal kink, almost imperceptible kink in it, but nothing to get upset about. So I am as pleased as punch about that. That's turned out lovely, that has. So yeah, I've had a really good run recently. Let me just, oh, in fact it's a 2 vinyl set, I think. Yeah, that's the second one. Forgot about that. So there you go. Yeah, more of the same. So yeah, I know I'm in for a treat with that. So the last album today, again, is on Pure Pleasure, and it's Charles Tolliver. So I think in 3 episodes, I've got 3 examples of Charles Tolliver's work, and for a dude I hadn't really heard of prior to purchasing these albums, to suddenly turn up with 3, it's yeah, I'm quite, yeah, it intrigues me. And if I wasn't doing these videos, I wouldn't be conscious of it. It'd be just something in my collection. But yeah, this is on the Strata East label, and it's Charles Tolliver, and the album's called Impact. There we go. I love that cover. It's got everything that I like in a jazz image for vinyl. It's just, musicians at work. It's dynamic, let's just say. So yeah, I really like that. The reverse side is as follows, and this is going to be, yeah, what I heard of this. even more so, I'm just trying to remember what the earlier album, the other album that I got of Charles Tolliver, I can't remember what it was called now, but it's a black and white image. This one actually resonated with me more immediately than that one. So I've got high hopes for this album. I'm sure it's going to be lovely, and I can't wait to, you know, give it a clean and get it on the turntable and give it a real good listen to. And I'm quite sure that I'm going to be reviewing this at some point. So yeah, I look forward to that. The vinyl itself, it's kind of like it's going to be easy now because it's, you know, stuff's on Pure Pleasure, and I know the standard that they go for. I can pretty much whiz through this. So standard fare for the inner sleeve. I won't use my finger for that. Strata East emblem, both sides. Okay, it needs a clean, and it is flat. So 104. Ooh, it's slightly heavier. It's slightly heavier. This might even be a 150. And you might say, well, how can you know, how would you know, you know, the difference between how you just, okay, I might be slightly exaggerating, but this feels slightly heavier than the last one, and certainly what I've held of the Pure Pleasure releases recently. This one feels, if not in the same wheelhouse, it's slightly heavier, but not by a lot. Nothing, you know, it's not like a 20-gram difference or anything like that. No, it's going to be less than that. It's going to be within a, you know, a 10-gram margin, something like that. So super happy about that. Let's put this back in there before I drop it or something unseemly. But yeah, definitely needs a clean. There's just a bit of detritus on it, so there you go. Yes, well, this particular episode has gone without a hitch. Okay, I nearly dropped you know, one of my new vinyls. I nearly did it, but I didn't actually drop it. But yeah, apart from that little hiccup, everything went as well as it could do. No surprises, nothing to make my bottom lip tremble, nothing to get me in a shouty, aggressive mood. Everything went well. But maybe that's making it too boring. But at least you got to see some new releases out there, and I would suggest strongly taking a listen, see what you think, see if it's going to fit in your collection. So I'd like to thank you at this point for taking the time and trouble to listen to my musings and have a look at some of the new purchases in my collection. I can't wait to get them cleaned and played on my turntable. So thank you very much. I hope you found it reasonably entertaining and at least informative. So until the next episode, please look after yourselves, stay safe, and I will see you soon for the next episode. So until then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.